Africa Climate Resilient Investment Facility, AfriRES, strengthening capacity of member states and stakeholders to build climate-resilient investments in transport, energy, agriculture, water, and ecosystem sector. The AfriRES training program has enrolled over 290 French and English-speaking individuals, 100 females and 191 males, since the training was launched through UNECA's Training Institute, IDEP, in Dakar, Senegal. The first cohort of 52 beneficiaries, 25 female and 27 male, has completed the English version of the entire training, covering all the 3 training packages, and received certificates. In collaboration with the African Union and the African Union Development Agency, AUDENEPID, the AfriRES has provided training on integrating climate resilience into implementing the Program for Infrastructure Development in Africa, PIDER. So far, 17 staff involved with the implementation of PIDER from the African Union Commission, AUDENEPID, and the regional economic communities have received the training.
I think this program would be very helpful. I think it is complementary, the work of PIDER. You see, PIDER is limited in terms of capacity, in terms of personnel. It cannot be the one actually doing it. PIDER really comes up with the programs, but requires other agencies to help in developing capacity. You know, most African governments lack capacity to design some of these projects or prepare project proposals. That's where institutions like AfriRES comes in. They can help to complement the efforts of AUDENEPID in this regard. Time is not on our side. A lot needs to be done to fast track development of some of this infrastructure. Though funding is available, they cannot access those funding until they have come up with projects which have been looked at by experts, have been designed to meet particularly the aspect of green financing. This is what we are really concerned about. We are saying that these new projects which are being implemented must be climate sensitive. They must respond to challenges posed by climate change, and expertise is required in this regard. So I would say that we appreciate the role that they are playing.
I learned data management, how to collect data, how to present facts, and also I learned on what is needed in the now to be able to have a better future for tomorrow. I'll be able to collect data in my community and to be able to know the prevalence of malaria presently in our community or in my nation, Cameroon, and also to be able to present it to my government or policymakers so that they'll be able to address the situation. And also what I've learned is what is needed now to be able to solve the problem or reduce the level of transmission of malaria, like for example the drainage system that is needed now, that if my nation can actually be able to provide draining systems and be able to manage their waste properly, it will help us to reduce the level of transmission of malaria and thereby reducing the breeding sites.
The first day, the professor was able to help me to understand resilience, especially looking at from the 3 parts that he actually explained. You have to be persistent, you have to be able to adapt, and then once you adapt, you'll be able to produce resilience. That's something I actually learned. And then from today's teaching, there's a whole lot of model we've been working with, using temperature to understand the temperature when it comes to agriculture sector, to use the temperature when it comes to flooding. There's a whole lot of model that he has been teaching us since then, and these are something that I think will be very useful back in home. I'm going to do every teaching in the classroom. Okay, if I carry it in the classroom, I will be sustaining up the knowledge, because I'll be passing the knowledge from one group of people to another group of people every year. And I will also do it for research as well. There's a whole lot of research work that I need to do. Maybe the reason why we are not going that direction, because we don't have a lot of people using our temperature data to be able to explain to our government officials. And so if we start to use the temperature data like what the professor did today, this is something that I actually want to do to be able to fill in the gap as well.
AfriRes facility is a joint initiative of the UN Economic Commission for Africa, Africa Union Commission, the World Bank, and the African Development Bank, with initial funding from the Nordic Development Fund. The training, in conjunction with the African Institute for Economic Development and Planning, IDEP, aims at strengthening the continent's decision-makers' capacity to plan, design, and implement climate-resilient projects. IDEP is the UN Economic Commission for Africa's training arm based in Dakar, Senegal.